At the outset, thank you so much for giving us this prominence and showing us off that we have these ministers in an opposition-less government today representing our party. I also wish to take this opportunity to convey our heartiest gratitude and congratulations to the party workers, starting with the President, the Secretary General, and all their colleagues, down up to the grassroots party workers in the towns and villages, for helping us, all those of us who have contested in the last general elections. Because of your hard works, we have been elected and could form a coalition government which is now in place. This is the first general convention that some of us are attending after we took membership on the eve of last general election in 2022, sometime during April and May. We have never had the opportunity to meet you, see face to face, see the cross with you like this. So on behalf of all those of us who have come and taken shelter into this God-blessed party, and as rightly mentioned by our Secretary General, also our President in the speeches earlier, this has provided an alternative for all of us, upon which we have come to make it our home. Thank you once again. We have been asked to speak on different topics. I don't know how well we will be able to share with you. I'm afraid I will not be able to go into details because there are so many other important events behind me, which I'm sure is much more important than the exhortations that we are making today. Friends, under the dynamic, visionary, and seasoned leadership of Dr. Rio, this state has journeyed for more than 2 decades as the Chief Minister. We have brought about many policies earlier also, and during our recent government installation, from day one, he has been stressing and giving special emphasis on this most important aspect of power sector. Why? The most relevant thing which is behind the progress of the world and mankind today is power. As simple as that. Starting from your everyday miniature gadgets up to the most strategic equipments that allow humankind to explore the space and the universe is all energized by power, or powered by energy. So the world and technology has made progress in leaps and bounds because of this word called energy. Behind technology, every technology, you name it, from your smallest mobile phones, which is your constant companion now, become a part of your life, up to the gigantic mega technological mechanisms. Everything is driven by power. Now, even as we meet here, if now there's a power failure, you will not be able to listen, hear what I am saying. We will not be able to sit in this room if these lights go out. So, it's just next to you, and it's providing almost everything that we need. So I say now, next to oxygen that we breathe and water, which life needs, the third most important thing in this world now is energy, power. Mankind just cannot do without power. So that much of importance it is. The world is at race. Which nations, which countries develop more storage of power? Those who have more energy in their hands, they develop faster, they advance faster, and the economy and all these other spheres of life increases and advances faster than other nations. So the world, this has become a catchword in the 21st century. Any kind of machine is based and powered by energy. That much important it is. Back home here, coming. In our formative stage, in the early part of our statehood, in the 60s and in the 70s, the preceding and successive governments have tried their best to also make our state grow, catch up with the other developed states in the country. And we have seen that they have initiated many industrial undertakings in the mini, micro, and small sectors of industries. I don't have to name it because you know it better. But after a few years, within a decade or so, all our industrial systems collapse slowly, one by after the other. There are contributing reasons elsewhere also. But one thing in retrospection, when we study it closely, it is due to the insufficient and irregularity in the power supply to these industries that our small ventures have failed and collapsed completely. We could not generate enough energy of our own. No solar at that time, no wind energy at that time, no thermal energy, no hydro energy. We were buying power from Assam, from Meghalaya, from Manipur. There was no such thing as a national grid like we have today, supplying 24/7 if we can afford. So we were completely dependent on the other states who were producing and selling it to us. Now what happens is, in 24 hours, the working period is about 12 hours. Effectively, another 8 hours. So during these big working seasons, they don't give us power. They use it in their own states. Or as a trade policy, they sabotage and they don't supply as much as we do. If we require 100 megawatts, they give us about 10 megawatts, which is useful only for our domestic purposes. But we need 90 more megawatts for the commercial and industrial purposes, which they don't give us. And they give us, in the peak working hours, they use it. And after the peak working hours, throughout the night when we are sleeping, they give us 100 megawatts. But which workers and which industries will work at night? Men need to rest. And they get up, they come back again at 8 in the morning, there's no power. Right through up to 6 in the evening, 7 in the evening, there's no power. Or it is erratic. It comes for an hour, goes on for 2 hours. They give you another 30 minutes, it's out for another 15 minutes. So this irregularity, the uninterrupted power supply, UPS, has not been there to back up our industrial policies and the industrial sector. So we could not grow. The few initiatives that we made also collapsed. It has discouraged us so much that our government started thinking twice to start new ventures because the cost escalation of maintenance of the machinery and the staffs were too much. We could not bear. And so slowly, this sense of industry faded away from our minds, from our policies. The private sector is there in the world, in the nation, but without constant, uninterrupted power supply of our own, they don't want to come in because they set up industry, it does not function. They will accrue losses to their companies, so big business houses and industrialists have never ventured into our state. We only look at the other human factors surrounding us. The vitiated political situation certainly is a deterrent. We understand. But it is not only the political instability and the existence of these vices. Not only that, one of the main reasons is lack of generation of power of our own. Because of this, it has been a huge detrimental factor for the growth of industries. And you have seen, in the absence of industries and the private sector into our society, into our state, it has taken a toll. Our state government, as I was saying, our Chief Minister, Dr. Rio, is one of the longest serving Chief Ministers. He bears testimony and witness of shouldering the burden of accommodating and employing our educated youths over the decades. We are growing. By God's grace, every worthy parent has made the children a graduate, a postgraduate, a matriculate, and given them their best so that they become educated and well-informed citizens of the world. But when it comes to employment, the government had tried the best. Our state government is one of the highest employing generation governments in the whole country. In the rest of the states, you will see a 30-35%. The accommodation. Here, it's hovering about 60 to 70%. Governments come up till the neck. It's reached stagnation points that we just cannot absorb anymore. The private sector has to come in to help the state government to shoulder and absorb employment of our young people. We are only focusing on the educated. We are the second highest literate state in the whole country by way of percentage. With so much of unemployed youths, how are we going to go forward? So here, even school dropouts also, even the illiterate sector at the grassroots level also requires salary, wages, employment. So we have to look at it from that perspective. Sharing more industries by generating our own energy and giving enough development, infrastructure, employment, and all other developments to our people. In our state today, the statistics are very discouraging. We have about 24 megawatts production against a requirement of about 360 megawatts at present. In another 5 years' time, 2030, we will require 500 megawatts, our state alone. And we are able to produce only 24 megawatts. You look, 480, 475 megawatts difference. How are we going to go along with this? Therefore, to provide us this power which we require, at night, domestics, and everywhere, the state government is shelling out about 500 crores of rupees every year just to buy this power from the grid and help us to use it luxuriously like this every day. The state government is purchasing. We are buying that power which we cannot produce anymore to provide for our daily requirements. Imagine in a technology-driven, energy-driven world today, our requirements will keep increasing. And we don't know how to live anymore without energy and power. So if we produce power, we will be able to save about 400 to 500 crores every year. And if the foothill roads today, which is the paper just 48 hours, right? The foothill road gets 148 crores. The minister is here. He has stated 150 crores can construct us nearly 300-400 kilometers of road in our state. If we can save about 400 crores, how many more roads like this and infrastructures can we build? We can invest in some other things where generation of employment can take place also. The list goes on. The importance of saving money and investing it for our youth, for our future, our development cannot be understated. You don't do that. So how do we produce more power if we don't have the potentials, the feasibility to produce? What to do? We have to keep buying. But we have potential to produce about 2,500 megawatts. In our state alone, we have potential of 2,500 megawatts or even more. I'm referring only to the hydro sector. We have so much more in the areas of wind energy. We have solar energy. We have other means, even thermal. So we're having so much potential, but not able to produce what even we require daily. This is a problem. Here, party man, we need your support. Because our party men and women, you rub shoulders and you live with the grassroots level people across Nagaland. Today, because of Article 371A, as has been extensively emphasized by the former speakers, our people have got it wrong. We have turned the table on the wrong side. We're misusing this protective provision of the Constitution. Not like this. We should not check our own government from bringing in development. We have to use it to safeguard our inherited property, our customary practices and traditions. Not to harass, not to obstruct, and not to, slow down development like this. So we have to educate our people. We have to power with some of our lands, our resources. Why our villagers, the village councils, landowners are stopping the government from producing hydro energies, hydropowers? Why? One glaring example is, you have seen in the paper, 186 megawatts, which is supposed to be produced from Dikhu hydro project. It touches Mon district, Mogokchung district, and Nagaland district. Mogokchung and Mon has given clearance, all the villages. We have discussed this in the assembly also, but in Nagaland. Whereas the other villages in Nagaland has agreed, there are about 2 villages which are not agreeing, and so especially our party men and women from that locality, you have to educate our people to let them give the no objection certificate so that we can produce at least 186 megawatts of hydropower. Likewise, we have small hydropowers, mini hydropowers, from anything from 5 megawatts, 20 megawatts, 30, 40, and so on. So many are there. And it will fall in any one of our jurisdictions, our villages. Please educate our people the importance of producing hydropower, which is the best, most reliable source of power, and the relevance it has on our daily lives, and the relevance it has on the economy of our state. If we save 400-500 crores in a year, we can use these for investment for our future and the present also. We will discuss more. I am sure President, Secretary General, officials of the party will give us time to have a seminar, some kind of interaction in the near future where we can go more thorough. You can also ask questions and we can delve deeper into all these areas which will improve our way of living and strengthen our economy. Thank you very much for what the party has been. As an alternative regional party, we seek God's blessing that this party will be blessed by the Almighty God to continue to be the energy, the brightness, and the progressive party which our people need now and for the future. Long may it run. Thank you.